Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Talented Television. I am your host, Kimberly Eichelle. And you know what I'm going to say? I am super excited again today. Why? Because I have someone special for you. But before I even tell you who it is, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And for those of you that are watching on Church Stars Network, thank you for downloading the network and remember to tell a friend. So, this gentleman joined me probably about a year or so ago, and I was happy to have him on the show. He's so busy, so to take time out for Talented Television, I think it's a great thing. Our last show was crazy, technical difficulties everywhere, but today we only had one.
Campbell, and you're watching Talented Television with Kimberly Eichelle.
So you have seen him on Games People Play, Bruh. You've seen his comedy specials. Welcome, Mr. Barry Brewer. Barry.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. How's it going out there?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey.
Welcome back. It is going well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. You were funny about the technical difficulty. That wasn't a technical difficulty, but we give God praise anyway.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you again for coming back. You know what? I did all my researching on you. You know, I know a lot about you anyway, but I did some digging and stuff. You know,
you already know a lot about me. What more is there?
Okay, I had to go deeper. So I went to your website. I checked you out. And one of the first things that I noticed, Barry, was you giving thanks back to your fans for even supporting you. You said without them that you wouldn't be where you are today. What keeps you so humble?
Oh man, that's so funny. People ask that. God, like understanding that God, first of all, gave me the gift to be funny or to all the talents that He's given me. I think that's the first thing. Understanding I'm not here, or I'm not so talented because of myself. It's because a higher power blessed me with this gift. That's first of all. I think it's weird for people to be arrogant when somebody's giving you something. You walk around in a brand new car like you're better than everybody, but somebody gave it to you. You didn't work for that. Like you didn't, or like somebody gave that to you. They blessed you. So to be arrogant or to be puffed up and because of that makes no sense to me. So I think because I look at my life as my gifts as gifted and blessed to be given this, one, knowing that I was blessed because everybody can't do what I've been blessed to do. As you are amazing songstress, you know, people will always say, girl, if I had your voice, girl, I'd be feeling myself. I'd be walking around just running everywhere. Woo!
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So just knowing who blessed you with it and understanding that you're also blessed with opportunities. So there's two blessings because there's a lot of gifted people that has the talent and we see it all the time. You see it sometimes on Skid Row. You sometimes see it random places and you be like, man, why didn't that person go this way and get this opportunity? And why aren't they on TV? And why aren't they in this position? Because they weren't fortunate to have the opportunities. However, that, why that is. So I say all that to say, long story short is to say, I believe my humility comes from a place of understanding that I'm blessed and very fortunate to be where I am and to have what I have. And it's only by the grace and mercy of God that I've gotten thus far and gotten what I have. So to find myself boastful or arrogant, it just would be counterproductive, and I feel like it would go backwards. So yeah.
Absolutely. Wonderful answer. And yes, we give all praise to God for everything that He's done. So I
Yeah.
know that you started comedy back in 2002, I believe it was.
It
Was
was 4. Oh,
2000?
no, you're right. No, it's 2002. I moved to LA in 2004. Yes,
Let me
that's
tell you,
really good.
I did my digging. I did my good digging, Barry. Okay.
You did good. I'm tripping. 2004 is when I moved to LA, and that's the year I always remember. But yeah.
Yes. So back in 2002, you started your comedy career, and I saw you on TV late nights. I saw you on TV throughout the day. So you have totally evolved. So tell me how it is to prepare for sets now. I mean, comedy sets, we're talking about first.
Hmm.
How do you
Okay.
prepare now versus young Barry? Is there a difference to it?
Young Barry. Yes, there is a difference. Obviously, I think with time comes more confidence in the gift that you have. So I still prepare. Like when I first started, I would be in the mirror trying to like say things verbatim and run this script that I created down like to a T. And I think as I started to mature in my gift, I become more confident in the gift itself, not, you know, not feeling like I have to say everything like exactly the same way. Go up there, feel the crowd, go up there and just create, be in the moment, and what comes out comes out. I've recently, just to share this weekend, I was performing in Chicago, and I was on stage doing an hour, and I started just talking about random situations that I've been feeling in my real life, just real life situations, and bringing it to the stage and putting it out there and seeing what came of it. And I found some gems. And I always I call it when the gift is working. You know what I mean? You know, when you go up there and you hit a note that you don't usually hit so commonly, you know, that gift is working, or you hit a run or a concept, or some comes out, a song that come out the blue, just,
Right.
I call it the gift is working. So I think as I've gotten a little more mature Barry versus young Barry, he just trusts the gift a little more than young Barry did.
I like that. I like that. So young Barry, he's still young, y'all, but you know, he's been in the game for a second now. So a minute,
Yeah.
they
I
say.
call myself a young vet.
Young vet in the game. You are on the hit shows, Bruh, and Games People Play, right?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know you just talked about how you used to stand in front of the mirror to prepare. So have you
Yeah.
always wanted to go into acting? And if so, what tools did you kind of grasp along the way to make sure that you got on that right path, that journey?
Yes, thank you. I think that's a great question. So for me, I always admired Martin Lawrence, who's one of my number one people to look at, and then Jamie Foxx was second,
Yes,
and so and then Sinbad was third. And I thought that, and all of them are stand-up comedians, and all of them have done television and film.
yes.
And for me, I just always thought it came together. So as a stand-up comedian, I always thought that this would open up the door for me to do feature films and television. So I had always had aspirations of being on television and doing big feature films, which I'm still working towards. So along my journey, trying to find tools was definitely getting stronger on stage. I think more recently, I would say in the past 4 years of my acting career, I learned how to be more comfortable in the audition room, how I am on stage.
Mm.
And early on, I thought that it was different, but it's really not. It's exactly the same as it relates to the confidence and you know, learning the different things, like really being familiar with the material, with the script, but still making it your own. Kind of what I was saying, versus focusing on the script and going up there trying to remember it verbatim instead of just going and being in the moment, learning how important that is in acting. Learning the script, but going in there and being in the moment and not being so stuck on, oh, I gotta say this word or that word. And so that's truly helped me in the acting space. But it's very similar to that other concept we were saying. So yes, I always saw myself acting, and those are the tools I've kind of learned along the way to help me in that world.
That's good. That's good. And you just helped me because my next question for you was basically dealing with that audition process. So for myself, I'm speaking for me and probably a lot of other people out there. when I get to the audition phase of things, Barry, I get nervous. I get so nervous. As a matter of fact, I just blew another audition. The man was like, "Well, how long have you been singing?" And I'm like, "Oh my God," you know. So I need to push past my nerves. So what do
Yeah,
you do when I'm up on stage, when I'm performing? It's
it's a different world.
intimate portion, you know, that kind of makes me nervous with that one-on-one or intimate setting. So
Hmm.
how do you push past nerves and butterflies to get to that next level?
And let me speak to that. That is very normal for everybody, no matter how talented and gifted they are. I think it's a thing to learn because it's a different element. It's not a real element. So if you're just in a room, sometimes to give that belting and that freeness that you may feel sometimes when you're in the shower just singing all by yourself,
Yes.
it feels a little uncomfortable. And like I said, it's just really being confident, closing, doing whatever you need to do, trying your best to put yourself in that moment so that you can be free and trusting your gift, not being so self-conscious of what may sound wrong or what may go wrong. Sometimes it's the fear of messing up that then makes us mess up, if that makes sense,
Exactly.
because you're overthinking what you already naturally have. So I call it being confidently wrong. Go in there, be free. Say, I told my son, we working on basketball, just a quick example, and this applies to what you're asking me. I said, go in there and knowing that it's okay to mess up, like not being afraid, because it's
Yes,
being afraid to mess up is keeping you back from being free in your gift. It's
absolutely.
the fear of messing up that's making you kind of hold back. But if you didn't care about messing up, when you don't, and when you think about it, when you're singing by yourself, there is no thought of possibly messing up. You can care less.
That's good. That's
And
good.
in that moment is when you probably be like, oh, that sounded good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I
Go
felt
for
that
all
thing,
kinds of stuff.
because you weren't thinking about messing up or how it may sound or not sound so good or whatever the negatives possibilities are. And so I think practicing that, going in there saying, I don't care about what they think. If I get this great, if it's for me, like stop thinking about the things you can't control. Go in there and be confident and free and don't care about messing up. Go in there and just work on being free. Maybe call some people you feel uncomfortable singing from and belt it out and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Somebody say, you sing? You're like, yeah, they might sing something for me. That's your opportunity to work on that thing. Just belt it out.
That's good. That's
I need.
uh-huh.
That's your song
Exactly.
coming out. I
Yes,
gotta talk to you about that too. But yes, you get what I'm saying? Like work on that uncomfortable stage to where you can feel free. And that's a thing that you have to work on, because if you don't work on it, then you'll never feel comfortable doing it in front of people. So when people call, and I know singers are very bougie and very stuck up when people ask them to sing on the spot, right? Singers, the average real singer don't sing for people. They'd be like, well, sing something. Like, what? Like, get out my face.
uh-huh.
But
Right.
for you, given that you audition, I think it will be a good practice to really go in. And it ain't arrogant, it ain't anything, but you're working on getting comfortable singing when it's called upon, because this is what opportunities is sitting in front of you.
Absolutely. And I don't want to miss any more. Okay. I don't
And
want to
you
miss
won't.
any more opportunities. Yes, indeed. So listen, people know that you act. They know that you do comedy, but maybe not everybody knows that you are a musician, Barry. You are a singer and a songwriter. So I
That
want to talk about
studio in the background.
hey, look at that studio. I gotta come visit.
Come on. You
Okay.
ready to make some records? Let's go. I got the whole setup.
Let's go. I'm telling you. Let's talk
Period.
about Villain Hero. How did you
Okay.
come up with the concept of your new project?
Villain Hero, thank you so much for just checking it out. It was a concept from real life, going through some changes as I've gotten older, and I came to this concept. I have always tried, the word isn't very important, to be as good of a person, as beautiful of a person as possible since I was a kid. Because I always thought that it was good to be good. It was nice to be a beautiful person. But along my journey as an adult and growing up, maturing, making mistakes, I learned no matter how much of a beautiful person you try to be, you will be the monster in somebody's story.
Yeah.
And that concept became real to me, given some moments in life. And so I was feeling a way about it, and I was just like, man, how can I express this emotion? How can I convey this to the world? Like, I like to talk. Like, that's how I guess I do my own therapy, obviously, as a comedian or a singer, like a creative, like my moments, like that's my therapy. How do I get this out of me? And so Villain Hero was one of that. That was a therapy project. Me putting those experiences through song, through creativity, on the record.
Yes. Well, I definitely love it. I checked it out. I listened to all the tracks on there. And Barry, you got a little I was listening, I was like, okay, Barry sounded real sexy over there on this track. So I liked a lot of the tracks out there. I'm like, okay, Barry, I hear you.
Thank you. And I produced all of them. I produced the whole record. Uh-huh.
Wow. Yes.
I did everything production wise on
Look
it.
at you.
Yeah.
Creativity just flowing. Those are the gifts that you're talking about. The gifts that didn't come from yourself, but you're able to give them back out and pour them back out. So that's a blessing. Definitely a blessing. You are such a talented guy. I mean, okay, we've talked about all these hats, but you have family as well that you have to balance. Real
Yes.
life that you
Super.
have to balance, people that you have to, love on and be there for. So how do you do all that with all of these hats and things and using all of your gifts out there? How do you take time for you and for your loved ones and balance all of that out?
Yes, that's a great question. I try to always give attention throughout the weeks, to the time, to my son. I have one son as of right now, biological son, and then my wife. Uh, thank God for COVID, and not for the negative side, but the positive side, and being able to be around
Right.
people, being able to work from home. Obviously, I work for myself, but my wife being able to work from home, being able to spend time and be there. A lot of my creativity. So when she works from home, she could travel with me sometimes. She can go to shows,
Yeah.
My son was able to be around. So I just try to, throughout the week, schedule time to just sit there and spend time. Just like you put on your schedule, hey, we need to meet. Hey, we need to do a Zoom interview. Try it within myself schedule. Hey, this time I'm going to, this day, like tonight is me spending time with my son because I know I'm going to be going on the road for a few days.
Got it.
So going to a game. So I'm like, I was busy yesterday. I came home last night. It's like, cool. After you get off school tomorrow, we gonna hang out, go to the game, da 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 da. That'll be our hangout until I see you in a few
In
days.
a few days. Exactly. That's a good
So
thing. A lot of times we forget to schedule in those little things, and it's nothing wrong with that, because your calendar is crazy. I know you were even supposed to have a show today and you took time
Atlanta.
out for me. So, that's a lot. I'm sure you have long days and nights. So, that's a tip for those of you out there who are kind of juggling things. Definitely schedule some time in for your loved ones, your friends, your family, and
It's
continue,
so important.
right?
Man, it's very important. It's so important because those things matter, and you don't want to look around and see that, man, I missed out on very important things. And not that you shouldn't go after your dreams. Obviously, I'm all about that, but you don't want to, especially if you're a parent or you're in a marriage or anything, you don't want to neglect the things that you find stability in, because it's a blessing to love on the people that love on you and to spend time with those people, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Barry, you always have positive things to say. And for those that are watching again, this is Barry Brewer from Games People Play, Bruh, Villain Hero. He got all types of things going on. But you're always pouring out, to be honest. And I want to know what made you come up with Motivational Monday, because that just added to your plate. So, why did you feel that that was important?
And I've been trying to stay consistent because I've been hard. It's been hard, but Motivational Mondays was initially a concept brought up by I have to give them credit. Her name they call July November. They're like a marketing, and they help with a lot of things. But they're close friends of mine,
Mhm.
Kristen and Carmen, and they was trying to help me build my brand. And it's like, yeah, people want to know who you are, and you always encouraging people, maybe you should do something in that way. And that's where Motivation Mondays came about. And it was more about who I am. And I was like, man, let me just talk about my journey along the way and share the wisdom I think that I'm applying that seems to be working well for me. Let me use that, or even sometimes just issues and obstacles, bring that to the forefront that other people may understand and maybe going through it, and hopefully can be encouraged that, there's light at the end of that tunnel. And so that's where that came from. And I try to keep it going. And I'll tell you an example of what encouraged me is I was in a Best Buy in LA, and this hood dude, super hood member for sure,
Right.
walked up to me like, "Hey, cuz," and I'm thinking he know me from comedy or came to a show or something. He like, "Hey, cuz, I just got to watching your motivation on Monday, cuz."
Wow.
Hey,
Okay.
he's like, "Keep doing that." Because I was like, "Okay." Hey, cuz, let's go, and walked away. And it was just like, wow, look at the people. And I was feeling weird about it because you don't, I'm a comedian, so I'm like, people don't want to hear that, you know what I'm saying? But it was such an encouraging moment to see that. So, that's what that was birthed from, and I'm grateful for it, and I want to continue to do it.
Absolutely. So you're making impact even in a thug's heart. Okay. So that means you're supposed to be doing
Yeah.
what you say. He was like, hey, cuz.
Hey, good, and motivate, don't even in good.
I love it. I love it. So Barry, you are a Christian, and your light is always shining to me. I always see you, like I said, pouring into others. But has there ever been a time where, past or present, where you have had to take a strong stand for your faith in the entertainment industry?
Yes, there has been a few times actually. Um, this industry is very finicky as it relates to just being thorough, having integrity, being a real person. Sometimes people just play the role in certain situations so that they can continue to get some things that they want for themselves, and they're not willing to stand up for what they believe in, to lose out on money versus or opportunity, things like that. And so I've had some encounters where I've had to say no.
Yeah,
Money, fame, or none of that is not that important to me if I can't get it the way that I believe I should have it and be happy with it on the other side. And my faith came into play very, very, very frequently in that way. So and sometimes it's even just being phony or acting like you're about something when you're not. Like, you know what I mean? Like being in the atmosphere and
yeah.
staying there just to, it's like, no, this is not what I do. I'm not into this. This is not my thing. I don't believe in this. This is not what I don't represent this. So I don't want to associate with it. Like, I'll tell you one thing, like having a liquor sponsorship,
Hmm.
had an opportunity to get a liquor sponsorship, and I don't disapprove of people that's drinking, let's be clear.
Yeah,
But I don't want to promote it either.
yeah,
That's not me. I just feel like it's phony to be, hey man, go get you some, and I don't drink it.
exactly.
Like, why you don't drink it and you telling me to drink it? Like, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
and
could have
so
been
not
another, another source of income for you. I'm sure it would have been good to
for
have.
sure. Oh,
Yes,
it was some good money for
oh,
sure. But and I ain't gonna lie and act like I didn't sit there and think about it for a moment either. Like, oh, how much?
come on and ponder. You was like,
Hmm. Right. So I'm gonna be real about it, but at the end of the day, you gotta see what's important to you. What are you trying to accomplish? Where your stance is about things, and move accordingly. And sometimes you will miss out on money. You will miss out on opportunities. Well, things that seems like opportunities, but at the end of the day, I think you'll be happier at the end because you made the choices that you're happy with, that you can live with and sleep easy with at night.
that's good. That's good. Absolutely. Like Barry said, there will be choices and things that will come to you, opportunities that present themselves. But in the end, you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and be okay with that. After all the lights go out, will you still be able to, look at yourself and be okay with it? So, good word, Barry. That's a good word. So we are at a part of the show that I really enjoy. You all know that I really enjoy this portion. And Barry, hopefully you have something to teach me today. Do you have something to teach me?
I hope so.
All right, let's go. Last time you taught me about relationships, and I'm still working, Barry. I'm still working on it.
Hey, we all are. The people that's married and single still trying to figure it out. Because
Yes, I'm telling
the people that got relationships, they be almost out the door every day. Like, I'm ready to go now. No, you keep on.
you.
And the other
You
one
got
looking
one
at them
more
like, oh,
time.
go.
Yes. So, I still got them little nuggets tucked away. But what do
Uh,
you have for me today
about relationships.
about whatever you want to teach me? You're
Whatever I
open.
want to teach.
Yes.
And I always try to talk from a place that I'm going through. Um, to not give up on your dreams. Like, that is very important to me. And I think sometimes life happens. And when I say life happens, I mean, we really go through some changes. Like, people are passing away that's very close to us. My friend, her mom died,
Wow.
and she's the only child. And I mean, she's very close with her mom. How you move past
Yeah.
that? How do you continue to live life and to be inspired and motivated to go still and make your dreams come true? Because sometimes you look forward to celebrating with those people who are not now there. How do
Exactly.
you pass that? So when I say when life happens, I mean that. When, hey, the little money that you were stacking to make that dream come true, that source of income shut off. That job laid you off. That that best friend or that partner you had decided to go a different way or did you wrong, or that relationship that was your foundation is no longer there and you're by yourself. That child you had, something tragic happened or something dark happened or something's not right, or all of these different life situations that can truly drain the inspiration from you. How do you keep going after your dreams? Sometimes your dreams don't even seem as exciting anymore because it don't look how you thought it would look
Yeah.
along the journey. So it starts to look different and people get discouraged, people get sad, people become bitter and jaded. And I just want you to be encouraged to keep going after it.
Thank
And
you.
understanding that it won't always feel, it won't be so exciting, it won't be so beautiful sometimes.
Hmm.
But you can't stop. I gotta get it. You know what I mean? Don't stop, get it. But sincerely, like, don't allow, because life keeps going and things get better. And that's why I was saying earlier, like, and it's light at the end of that dark tunnel, right? Because all of those things that's transpiring becomes dark. And sometimes people give up, like, what? Where am I going? Why am I continuing on to be feeling like this tomorrow and the day after that?
Right.
I'm good. Why stress myself? I just sit right here and mope and accept it and accept defeat and sit right here.
Yeah.
No, no. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Things do get better. You know, the rainbow will shine, like will come out, like all of these things that we heard growing up as kids. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Like that's a song, but it's so true. Even in the darkest spaces of our lives, the sun will truly come out. And it may not be tomorrow, but it's going to come out for you when your tomorrow comes, when that moment where life is good, it will come out, you know. So that's what I have to say.
That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm telling you, that's good because when I had that audition the other day, I'm like, this is the second time. I'm telling you, I did an audition once before for a Raven drummer. And she's like, can you sing? And I'm
I
like,
know Raven. Raven works for Tyler Perry Studios.
yes. So she was here in Vegas one year. And she was like, I like your comedic timing. And I'm like, thank you. You know, can you sing? I'm like, yes. Can you sing for me after the workshop? Sure. I got up, Barry, and I don't know whose Billy Goat got in my throat, but that's what I call it. And it sat on my vocal cords. Do you hear me? And Reagan was like, okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Bye. So those type of opportunities, I do not want to continue to pass me by because my dream is television. And I always tell people not necessarily watching TV all the time, but working, you know what I'm saying? Working on television and things like that. And
it will be coming soon. And I just want you to know that.
I appreciate that.
I promise you that I'm not just talking. It's a journey.
Yeah.
You know, even those moments that you felt that you dropped the ball, you did not drop the ball. There was just moments that you had to learn. You had to go through those moments because there's going to be somebody sitting at your feet looking at you like, wow, I want to be you. And exactly going through that process, and you'll be able to say, hey, baby, I fumbled this and I did that. Yeah. And you'll be like, really? You? At the place you are at?
Right.
Yes, I did that. And then they can be inspired to continue moving on because, and you know what and you know what's funny? I've learned this about life, and I'm sharing this because what you're saying is so funny because I was just telling my assistant this. I was just like, I still be self-conscious of my audition. I'm like, is it good? Like, I really want, because I've did terrible jobs. And only because I just had to learn. Like, some things come with time. Like, some things only comes with time. Like, you got to put the reps in.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you can only get good if you do it constantly. And so if you ain't auditioning regularly, this is just the reps you're putting in. That is all. Raven gonna see you again. And she be like, yeah, girl, yeah, let's do it. And you're gonna book it.
Thank you so much. I believe that, and I'm receiving it by faith, you know, definitely.
And I'll be calling on you too. So I'm working on something. I'll keep you posted.
Awesome. Please do. I appreciate you so much. Yes. Again, everyone, you are watching Mr. Barry Brewer. Thank you. One of the best out there. They say that you up and coming, but I believe you there and you rising. So not just up and coming, but there and rising. Barry, thank you so much for your time today. Did you have any last words for my audience?
Oh, well, I just grateful for you having me. If anybody's on any social platform, follow me. You know, that's a constant thing for us as entertainers, building our following and our brand and our supporters. So Barry Brewer Jr. on all platforms. Kimberly, I appreciate you. I appreciate who you are. I promise you, I see you. I promise you, I'm working on some things. And I promise you, all that you've dreamed, all that you've ever aspired to want for yourself, I promise you, it will come true. And I can say that so confidently because it's happening for me. And there was no very clear direction. Like, people see you doing well, but it's like nobody was searching for me. Nobody was knocking on my door. Nobody was telling me, oh, you got it. You got something special. I had to believe it and believe it alone when nobody else was sitting there saying, yeah, you are good. I was questioning my special gift. because nobody else was seconding it. Nobody else was like, hey, you are good. You are going to be great at this. Or you meant, I didn't have that. And it was okay. And sometimes, and I read this and I'll say this to you, sometimes God hides you because he's just working on you. And so it's just for that time when you going to just, and you like, wow, I didn't know. I'm 20 years in. I just told somebody 2 years ago, I just got my first big opportunity on television. That's 18 years in.
Wow. That's a blessing.
You know, Morgan Freeman got his at 54 years old. I thank God I got mine a little earlier. I would hope, you know, I got much more to go. But regardless to where it comes, I know that you're meant to be here. I know you're meant for this. So it's not if it will happen. It's just a matter of time.
Wow. Thank you so much, Barry. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I want you all to follow Barry on social media. And I also want you to check out his website, iambarrybrewer.com. On there, there's so much information. There are clips and pictures and pictures and pictures. I was like, he posing. He trying to add modeler to his resume. I say, you better pose, Barry Brewer.
I am not trying to add modeling. Let's be clear.
But I did enjoy your pictures. I thought that they were great, you know, and of course your music. So check him out right now. You can listen to and pick up his project, Villain Hero.
I know I made mistakes, don't deny it. I know what pain is like, ain't trying to hide it. Sometimes like spirals became the feeling I was trying to be a hero. I was trying to be a hero. How did I become the?
And also you have Conquer Goliath as well, correct?
Yes, I do. It is available on all platforms as well.
Yes, indeed.
You making me go into my website because I'm so interested to see all of what you said. I was like, let me go look at it again.
Your website is it, okay? Whoever did it, July, November, I knew that.
Yes,
because
that's them.
I saw their name tagged on there. So look, tell them they're doing great work. Your website is it. Thank you all again for watching Talented Television here on YouTube and also on Church Stars. If you have not subscribed on YouTube as of yet, please do. Tell a friend. I always tell you all, it's just going to get better and better and better. Thank you all for watching. If you are interested in being a part of Talented Television, please email me at talentedtelevision@gmail.com. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.